Welcome back to the channel, and by popular demand, we have done a cartoon paint job. If you want to learn how we did this, follow along and see some of the tricks and tips. This is all new to me, never done one, so here we go. All right, let's get our cartoon paint job started. We're going to do it on this CustomWorks 1990 IROC Camaro body. This is an original mold. They still sell this body, so it's nothing super rare. I think mostly intended for street stock racing now, but I ran this on a pan car back in '90. We had an IROC series. But that's not why we're here. We're here to do a cartoon paint job. The internet has twisted my arm, and I'm going to try one. I did like zero research on what to use. I just went by my local Hobby Lobby, and I picked up a black and a white. This is acrylic paint markers. And this is the extent of my test. I did it on this little strip of Lexan, and it's sticking pretty good. You got to scratch it off. So I think it's going to work. That's acrylic paint. My paint's water-based acrylic, so it shouldn't have a problem. All right, let's get started. First off, you got to do, since I'm doing this backwards, I'm going to do it on the inside. I'm not going to do it on the outside. You need to do your highlights, and a lot of the highlights or hot spots are in white on a lot of these cars that people are doing. And doing it backwards, this might be easier if I did flat clear and did it on the outside, but we are going to do it backwards, and we're going to have a shiny body. I'm just imagining where some of these hot spots would be. Our marker's working. Just very randomness from what I could tell on the real cars that people are doing. It'll really start, I think it'll start to come together once we start getting some white on there. Or start getting the black on there. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't like that one, so I'm going to wipe it off. This is acrylic paint, so it should come off pretty easy. Catch it while it's wet. All right, that's enough for white for now. I'm going to blow dry this so I can put black over it, and hopefully it won't streak. So we're learning together. I have no idea. All right, let's hop in and do some black. We're going to try to follow the body lines. This would definitely be easier on the outside of the car. There's a couple of features on this body, like, well, you're starting to get the look there, I guess. We've got the hood scoops, the Camaro hood scoops. All right, there's the hood of sorts. Definitely needs a little bit more. So we'll add more. I did see a couple of these cars in real life. And ones that have been clear coated. They look pretty good. I prefer paint over wraps any day. And when they're painted on, it's a whole nother appreciation. All right, we're getting a cartoony in motion look, I think. Need to do a little something back here. I'm not liking that too much. Okay, I'm gonna, well, let me do a little bit more in the store before I jump off again. I guess this paint job here is one of them deals you just have to trust the process, because it looks like a mess until you get something going. What do you think? Cartoony enough for you? We're getting there. I think it needs more. All right. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and we'll come back. I'm gonna do a little bit more black detailing, and well, honestly, well, I ain't even gonna stop. Let's just keep going. If it smears, it might look natural. I wish that was fine enough to go around that spoiler, but we're gonna try it anyways, aren't we? It is not, but it is giving me some kind of effect here. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. Got a little bit of bleed through coming around our tape on our windows. Not a big deal. I can clean up after the fact. Not sweating that at all. I think we're about done with the streaks and the strokes. I think we need to leave it up to the color now to finish off the look. All right, we're going to quit while we're ahead, and we're going to move on to the colors. There you go. There's your paint job in motion. So, yeah, let's get on with the colors and wrap this thing up. So far, so good. So far, relatively easy. Just got to figure out your flow. Whatever body you're doing this on is going to determine how it flows, I guess. So, yeah, let's get on to the color. All right, we're back, and it's Sunday morning now. Sunday video is a little late today. Sorry about that. This will be the first paint job we're doing in the room. It's because it's super cold outside. The garage is barely in the 30s. So we got ourselves boxed into this little room. We're about to spray some paint. Luckily, it's non-toxic. Anyways, like I said yesterday, we're going to do all shades of orange. I did get back and add a little bit more black to it off camera just to fill in some of the blank spaces. And what we're going to do now, we're going to start with our first color, orange. And we're going to go with a straight, just fast orange. And then we'll blend in some fluorescent orange. And then some of the fluorescent tangerine from Proline, or the flaming orange from Parma, if they still have any. And then back everything with white. Pretty simple from here on out. There's no more masking. Another reason why I wanted to try to do this paint job this weekend, because it's super cold, and vinyl does not do well in the super cold. It's a little bit of a pain to work with, so this is no masking, just the windows and headlights and stuff. So anyways, let's get spraying some paint and get this thing knocked out. All right, like I said before, you can get a lot of motion with the color as well as doing the marker stuff. So we're going to start by just kind of outlining some of the body lines with the darker orange, and be simple as that. All right, there's our first coat. You can already kind of imagine we're getting that cartoony feel. Paint is not behaving real well in here today either, because it's still a little chilly. And we'll get this dry. We'll add a little bit more orange to it, and then we'll come back. All right, start back in with the second coat. We are following everything that we already done. And then I'm going to start chasing down some of these streaks with a little bit of the darker orange. And that will add a little bit of motion to the body. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to go ahead and outline everything we already done, and then go back and add a little streaks. I think this is the same basic stroke, dagger strokes. And the same rules apply in the summertime as it would in the wintertime that we're doing right now. Is water paint, you need to do light coats and get it dry between coats. You don't want to trap a bunch of water in there, and you'll have problems unmasking stings or adhesion. So we're going light coats, and extra light today since it's so cold, and we are using a hair dryer between coats. Again, not directly hitting the paint with the hair dryer, kind of blowing across it. All right, we're going to let that one dry for a minute, and we'll come back and do a little bit more. But we're starting to get the effect. Just keep adding a little bit wherever we think we need it. And then we'll come back with our fluorescent orange. The fluorescent orange versus this solid orange or this fast orange, you will see a difference once we pull this green masking off. This green masking is hiding a lot. So let me get this dry. We'll get one more coat of orange on, and then we'll start with the fluorescent. We got our last coat of orange on. A lot of the same thing. I'm going to leave this last coat wet. This is a technique I use on a lot of fades or flames or stuff like that. Leave that last coat wet before I put my next color on, because they will naturally kind of blend together and become kind of a seamless blend. So we're going straight from that last coat of this solid orange, opaque orange, or whatever you want to call it, Pharma fast orange, and we're going to go straight into fluorescent orange. We're not trying to cover the body. We're just kind of filling in some spots. We need to leave some blank, so we'll have our transitions and our cartoony look still. And a little bit more liberal with this, because we're starting to make the body color. Again, we want to leave some blank spots for the next orange. And even some of the overspray we'll leave blank for the white. That's just going to give us another shade of orange, kind of naturally, without even trying. Here's our first coat of fluorescent orange. Let me turn this over and not stick my hands in it. Starting to fill it in, starting to see the body. And you won't see a difference between the oranges until it get backed up with white. The fluorescent orange and the opaque orange are quite a bit different, and it should show once we get the white on it. So let's get this dried off. Maybe just one more coat, and then we'll go with the lighter orange. All right, that's it for the fluorescent orange. We're going to go back and hit a couple of these areas with the fluorescent tangerine, and then we're going to leave some of it kind of uncovered so we can back it with white. And that will add another, it'll add a fourth color without having to add a fourth color. So anyways, a fourth shade of orange. So let's get this cleaned up, leaving this last coat wet so it'll blend together, and going straight into the tangerine. We're just doing a blend, trying to leave some areas blank. We're not shooting for coverage here. That's the beauty of these paint jobs anyways. They don't have to be fully covered. I have no idea what this is going to look like. This is my first attempt, and you are seeing it live pretty much, because it's the same day video. As usual, I'm always behind. So I am going to get this dry before I put the white on it, and then because we're going to back everything with white. We don't want to cake it over top of that. We're not trying to blend nothing now. Everything is kind of blending on its own right now with the three shades of orange that are faded together. So let's let that do its thing for a minute, and then I will come back and we'll back this thing with white. All right, we're going to leave that kind of light. Don't want to build up too much, plus it's cold. Man, now you can see all the colors. Looks pretty cool. Let me get that covered up good, and then we'll come back. We'll do the grill, tail lights, headlights. Headlights are just going to be black, nothing fancy there. I'm going to do something on the grill, something mesh-like, and the tail lights we're just going to do red. We'll do a little bit of black accent in there just to tie everything together. So anyways, we'll hop back on here when we start doing the grill. All right, I got everything backed up with white. I went ahead and peeled the taillights out, the grill, and the headlights out. And we did some of the same deal with the black on the taillights to add some of to tie all the cartoon theme together. We did some streaks of black in there. And as for the grill, I'm just going to take a silver Sharpie and do a bunch of X patterns to make it look like mesh. And yeah, it ought to be pretty simple. The Sharpie will not react with water paint, so it's not going to be a problem. So it should be just as simple as just drawing some lines. Again, it don't have to be perfect because we're doing the cartoon thing. I'm just making a series of lines. It almost looks like plaid in a way. That's another trick I want to try. I want to do a plaid bed cover on a race truck body. I always thought that would be cool. Different. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of sort of see that. You'll see it more once the black is on it. We just did several lines crisscrossing each other with the silver Sharpie. It's kind of faint. It don't have to be real strong because once the black's on there, it'll give it that faded kind of cartoony look. I don't think I'm going to do anything with the headlights. I thought about maybe painting a light in there, but Camaro's just had a flat, well, they had an indentation. It was cut out, but the headlight cover would look odd if I put headlights in the headlight covers, I believe. Still got to do the corner marker lights. I think I'm going to go back and add a little black to those and do those in, I can't do orange because then it would just stand out. So, yeah, I'm not sure what we'll do there. We may just do those as a grill also. We'll mesh those out. I don't know. I'm winging it. Anyways, I'm going to spray the red in the taillight, the black in the lights and the grill, and the black on the license plate, and then we'll go from there. That will be the last step. All right, just straight, fast red. A couple coats, don't take much. You might leave it kind of just one coat and then back it up. That way it kind of looks kind of faded as well as the rest of the car. Taillights, cartoony taillights. That's it right there. We got to go back and we'll spray the black. Probably just do these marker lights in black because they wouldn't look right orange. They would just get lost. And we'll pretend we got headlight covers and marker light covers like the cool kids back in the 80s. So let's do that. Let's pull that off. We went ahead and tinted the windshield also. Just kind of free-handed. Cut the strip off the windshield. Thought about painting the back glass black, but we can always do that later if we want to. For now, anyways, we're going to leave it clear. So, yeah, let me get that red dried up. We'll spray this black and be done. All right, I did add a little bit of white to the lights. I don't think I like it or love it or hate it. I'm going to leave it though, because I thought the light just being solid black might kind of throw off the whole theme here of the stuff being in motion. And we did the tail light, so I figured it needed a little something, so we gave it a little something. So let's spray the black and call this baby done. This black covers really good, as you can see. Let me get this dry. We'll come back. We'll do the unveil, get this green masking off, and see what we've done here. All right, that's a wrap for today's paint job and today's video. Let's get this film off and unveil our work. Always the most satisfying part of painting a body. You are done, and the whole world changes when you pull this paper off. Boom! Check it out. Cartoony Camaro. That green film was really holding it back. Looks pretty good when it's all unwrapped. Looks like she's going fast, sitting still. You could do this with any shade, like I said before. You could do it with any shade of blues, purples, pinks, if you did them together. Complementary colors, what I was trying to say earlier. That makes it easy, painting it inside out like that. Doing multiple colors might be a little difficult, painting it on the inside. But there's our Sharpie grill, cartoony headlights. They don't look too bad now. Wasn't real pleased with it when I first did it, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I think you could incorporate this scheme into a graphic and maybe not be so overpowering over the whole body. I think if you did some of this kind of cartoony stuff in a stripe or in an accent underneath stripes would be cool. You could do your numbers cartoony looking, and that would be pretty neat. But anyways, that is a freehand, basically no masking other than the windows and the lights. There's our cartoon tail lights. And Yeah, very basic paint job. Anybody could do this. Just practice. This is my first time. I had no idea. So we just thought we'd do one, and here it is. Appreciate it. Thanks. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and we'll see you Wednesday.